Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, KGFL Creations. This is another episode of Friday Sews. As you know, Friday Sews is the day that we come together to talk about what has been going on in our sewing room, talk about the plans that we have for the weekend and for the week ahead, and talk a little bit about life. Let's start with what has been going on in the sewing room. Well, this week I have been busy in here working a lot. Last weekend I was home. I was able to organize pretty much everything, the boxes that I had in this corner right here. They're gone. Everything I was able to either put inside these drawers here, those drawers over there, inside the closet, whatever it was, and any office supplies, they're in here. Whatever I didn't want anymore, you know, that went into the garbage. Yeah, but I was able to organize everything. Then after that, I started doing a bunch of cutting. Yes, I went into a cutting mode. I was batch cutting like a crazy person. The last time I did some batch cutting, it didn't go so well for me, but because it was something that I had never done before. But this time, my batch cutting is of a pattern that I have done many times before. So I am comfortable on doing this batch cutting and cutting a lot of my fabrics because it's a pattern that I have done before. So the batch cutting that I did, I cut the classic tee, my favorite t-shirt, the one that fits me well. So I went into my closet here where my stash lives, and I'm like, okay, let me go in there and pull a couple of things out. I had some fabric that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby maybe 2 months ago, maybe 3 months or something. And I decided to just pull some of that stuff. So this is animal print that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. It's cotton jersey. So I cut this one here, and so this was a regular one. I think I cut the round neck, and then I pulled another one, a gray fabric, same thing, cotton jersey, same as the black one, the last one that I made, that I showed you guys last week that I had with my palazzo pants, my new look pants. This is the same fabric, but this is just gray. I cut one out of this, and it's nice and easy. It's a front, a back, the sleeves, and the neck binding. That's it. 4 pattern pieces. This one, I cut the V-neck. So this one is gonna take me a little longer to do the little V-neck here, because V-necks, they do take a little longer. And then I also pulled this knit fabric that I had purchased from Joann's. I wanted to make a light colored shirt, but not white. So this one here is called, it was called Coconut. Yeah, that was the color that it was called, Coconut. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of glare with my lights, but this is not pure white. This is coconut, and I did cut a classic tee out of this one. Again, I did the crew neck for this one. So 2 of these, crew neck, 1 with a V-neck. So that was the cutting that I did with the classic tee. Do you guys remember this fabric right here? This is a linen blend that we got from Joann's, and I made the Haskell shirt for my daughter, the Haskell by Cashmerette. It's a Cashmerette club pattern, and I made one for my daughter, and I had left over about, it wasn't 1 yard and 3/4. It was a little bit less than that. So I would say maybe 1 yard and 3/4 is 1.75. So I think I had like 1.68 or 1.7. And I was looking through all my patterns to see what I could cut out of this piece of fabric here make a shirt for me. So I looked and I'm like, I do have a pattern, the Melody Dolman by Love Notions. I've made one before. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can manage to cut it out. So I laid down the pattern on top of the fabric and I was really, really squeezing it. But the Melody Dolman, it's pretty long. So I decided to shorten it by 1 inch. And I just folded at the lengthen and shorten line and 1 inch. And I was able to cut the front and the back. And I was able to I just had enough. I have scraps of this fabric, scraps. I'm happy that I managed to cut something and use pretty much the whole thing out of this fabric here. So I will also be working on this. But before I start, I have to see if I have this color thread. I don't remember if I still have this color here after I made my daughter's Haskell shirt. So I have to see if I have enough thread for that, and I also have to get buttons for it. Don't have any leftover buttons. The buttons that I had purchased for my daughter's Haskell, I used all of them. So now I have to go to Joann's, something that I don't want to do. Don't want to go in there, but I'll have to go there and get some buttons. Another thing that I did this week, I started putting together the patterns that I downloaded from the internet, the free patterns for the Dress a Girl Around the World. That starts in September. We're already in August. I have to start going on that. So I did print 2 patterns. I downloaded 2 patterns. One pattern that I downloaded was a dress from Alisa. I think that's her name, Alisa from Thoughtful Creativity. The dress that she made last year was a pretty dress, so I downloaded that one. This one here is ready to go, ready to cut. The other pattern that I downloaded, it was free from the internet. It's from Scattered Thoughts of a Crafty Mom. It's the Peasant dress, and I downloaded that, and I have it already put together right here. The sleeve, the body, and everything, front and back. I mean, it's just one piece, and then you just fold here on top to cut the front and cut the back. I want to make bigger sizes because I've heard from last year that bigger sizes are really needed. Most people do the small sizes, the babies and the toddlers and the 3 and 4 and 5. So I want to make the bigger sizes. That's why I have this big piece right here. I think this is the size either 12 or 14. I don't remember what size this is, but it's pretty big. And this is the sleeve. So I'll be doing that. I do have some fabric. I already purchased some fabric, so I think I'm going to cut one and see how it's going to go. I also downloaded a pocket, which I thought it was really pretty. This I downloaded from the Dress a Girl Around the World website. I did go there and I did click where you go to see the dresses, and there was a nice little pocket idea where you can put a little belt in the dress, and I thought that was so cute. I'll insert it here, the page, printout of the page, so you guys can see it, because the one piece of paper that I printed, you're not gonna be able to see that. But this is the pocket right here, this pocket here, and it will look really pretty. And we can do a little belt. The older girls, they want to cinch in a little bit in the waist. It will look pretty. So that's the plan that I have. We'll see how the first one turns out. If the first one turns out okay, then I'll keep going after that. So I am starting with the project Dress a Girl. I don't want to leave everything for the last minute. I don't do well doing stuff at the last minute, so I want to start now and start going on that. So that's pretty much everything that I did this week. I was in here pretty much every night until today when I'm recording this. But yeah, I have been working in here. Didn't do much sewing, but it's not only sewing, My husband asked me, he's like, well, you're going to do your video, but you didn't sew anything. I'm like, well, not everything is about sewing. Before we sew, we have to prep everything. So there's a lot of prepping happening in this sewing room. And I am happy that I had all of this thing cut up and the patterns. Now let's talk about the plans that I have for this week. I think I want to start sewing the project Dress a Girl Around the World. I am going to cut the cotton fabric that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby. I want to do that and see how that works. If I manage to do that, then after that I'll start on my batch cutting items that I have there. That's pretty much all that I have, all the plans that I have for this weekend and for next week. I think it's going to rain the whole weekend, so there's no pool going on. I won't be going out or anything. I'll be in here sewing the whole weekend. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, remember the pants that I made last week? That I showed it to you last week. I did wear it to work one day this week with that black t-shirt that I made, the classic tee. The pants survived one whole day. You see here? It's all creased. I have to put it to wash, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it before I put it in. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but if not, I'll take a picture and I'll put it in. I wanted to show you guys the pulling. Yeah, right here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. If not, I'll just put a picture in. And yeah, it's just either it was the needle that had problems or something. I don't know what happened, but this is not the only place. I've seen other places, but they are much smaller. You can barely see them. But up here, this is where it really happened. Also, where I was stitching right here on the waist in the elastic, I can see right here there's a bunch of little things, little pulls right here. So yeah, really pretty. I loved it. Got many compliments from everybody at work, so I looked good this week. Let's talk about life. There's not much happening with life. Yeah, not much going on. I am happy that I have finished doing everything in here. Now let me ask you something. Do you guys want to see a little tour of a before and an after of the sewing room? Sewing room, guest room, and office. Don't forget about that. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a before and an after. And I'll just do a little tour around where I have pretty much everything. If I feel okay, I might just open that closet and show you guys my stash, which is not organized at all. We'll see what happens. If you guys want to see it, I'll do a recording and I'll post it for you guys. If you liked this video, please hit that like button below, and if you can please subscribe, it will mean a lot to me. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. I will see you on my next one. Bye.